Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. I know it's late. I know that NFL free agency is tomorrow, and Jeremy Chuggs and we're going to be live giving you all the action, especially right when players get signing. And speaking of which, I wanted to make this special video because bright and early this morning, I tweeted out that Jeremy Fowler, NFL insider, said that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be showing interest in safety Jordan Poyer. So obviously, I'm sitting here late tonight, scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through Instagram, looking for the latest around all NFL news, everything going on around the Raiders. And yeah, I was looking for the latest around Jordan Poyer. Well, I'm going to tell you guys some pretty crazy stuff. Now, this is what I want you to do. I was actually messaging just right before I hopped on this video, was actually sitting down, messaging with Poyer, and I said, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to post it on the Raiders Report, and I'm going to show you how crazy Raider Nation is. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to spam 21, spam Poyer, spam Jordan Poyer down in the comments to show him that Raider Nation wants this dude. And the reason why I'm doing all this is because I go on IG. Which, shout out to Raider Design. He's got this incredible edit of Poyer in a Raiders jersey, rocking number 21. I tweet that out, have people start to message me, start to talk to me a little bit. Well, then I noticed my DMs on Instagram, and, well, it looks like somebody sent me a photo of Jordan Poyer reacting with a fire emoji to him in that Las Vegas Raiders jersey. So I was like, all right, bet, let's keep on going on this trail, see where it leads us. Well, then I noticed Poyer's likes on Twitter. One of his likes on Twitter is my tweet, which was quote tweeted by some guy named Adam. Adam, shout out to you, that said, let's go get some big dubs in the silver and black at jpoyer21 with this emoji. Before I tell you literally the reason why I'm making this show and why I would put that two just win babies of Poyer joining the Raiders Report if he signs, I want you to hit that subscribe button. It's late. If I'm being real with you, we, the Chat Sports team, we got to be at the studio tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up here in a few hours, and I'm going to be live for probably 12, 14 hours straight, almost every single day for the next week. I'm dedicated. I love this team. I got that commitment to excellence. And I made this video to show Jordan Poyer that Raider Nation has that commitment to excellence. And for a dude who's not even on the team yet. So Poyer, I hope you see this and I hope you know what's up. So the reason why, again, I'm making this video, and if y'all don't believe me, I'm going to pull out the receipts right now. So I'm on IG and I start posting some stuff. I start tagging a few things here and there. And Poyer messages me back. He goes, hey, yo, y'all, that'd be lit if you guys can see it. This is me and Poyer's DMs. He said, hey, yo, y'all be lit. And then he's laughing to the DM of Poyer reacting with a fire emoji. So I told him we went live for Davante Adams. We got a little bit crazy. And I said, if you sign with the Raiders, we are going to do a 12-hour live show stream just for you. But you got to pull up and you got to FaceTime me here on Instagram. And he goes, my dog, if it happens, I'm going to hold you to it. It's love, Brody. Again, and then I kind of showed him how crazy it gets with Jeremy Chuggs and I at times. So this is what's going to happen. From what I understand in my DMs is if Poyer signs with the Las Vegas Raiders, Jeremy Chuggs and I were already going to be live more than likely. But that means then we were going to be going live for 12 hours if Poyer shows up. So if Poyer pulls up, FaceTimes me, you guys better be ready to go on the Raiders Report. I'll see. I mean, it's going to be a big day for him, right? It's a big day for him. It's a big day for his family. The 31-year-old safety who is one of the best safeties in the National Football League. It's going to be a big day for him. All I hope is in the back of his mind, he's like, well, let's go see what Raider Nation's doing. Davante Adams, he said that he showed up, or at least mentions a certain show, and I think from certain likes that he has had, we can kind of put the dots together and say, like, okay, I think Davante showed up when we went crazy for him last year, and I am also hoping that Poyer remembers and he shows up to the Raiders Report. So all I'm going to say is this. Show some love to Poyer down in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, and I want y'all to remember in the back of your mind, if it happens, obviously we're going to be partying, we're going to be having a hell of a time, but then on top of that, there's a good chance that Poyer might end up showing up. I'm going to give it 2 just win babies. So I'm not just going to sit up here and talk about DMs and this and that. Let's actually talk about the type of player that the Raiders could potentially be getting. I will say, having another veteran who, yeah, he's younger than Duron Harmon, and I love Duron, have the utmost respect for that man, but Poyer is a major upgrade. And I actually think that when you look at a guy like Trevon Merrick, he could learn a lot from a dude like Poyer, because one of my comps in terms of how I would love Merrick to kind of transition to be that all-around great safety, it would be a lot like a guy like Poyer. So when you look at some of his numbers here, he was a 7th-round pick, which pretty amazing to me, all the way back in 2013. But this last season for the Buffalo Bills, 63 tackles, 93 tackles the year before that, but 8 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. He then had 4 interceptions last year, 5 interceptions the year before that, 2, 4, 5. I mean, you're going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight seasons with at least 2 interceptions, which, let's be real, this team, they had 3 last year. If you need to be able to start forcing some turnovers, but he's also not afraid to get his nose onto the football. Yeah, he did miss some games last season, played in only 12, but 93 tackles the year before that, 124 before that, 107, 100 tackles overall. I mean, this is a good all-around safety. So now, let's hop on over here to PFF. And according to PFF, he had an overall grade of 75.4. Run defense grade of 68.2, a coverage grade of 76.2, pass rush grade, which for those of you that watch this show a lot, you'll know if I'm talking about safeties, I care about coverage more than anything, 76.2. That was back in 2022. Well, now, last season, 2021, an 89.2 coverage grade. I'd say that's pretty damn good if you ask me. So I'm excited. I would love for the Raiders to get Poyer. I will admit, this was definitely a player that really wasn't, not that he wasn't high on my radar. He, again, one of the best safeties in the NFL. I just didn't know how much money that they were going to pay. One of the very interesting things, though, about Poyer is he has expressed his frustrations, or maybe he has expressed his want to go play for an NFL team that's in a tax-free state. Luckily for Las Vegas, we're in a tax-free state, man. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, which I know is going to be a crazy day, but I'm definitely hoping that there's going to be a point in time in tomorrow where I go up there on the Raiders report, hey man, the Las Vegas Raiders, they have signed Jordan Poyer, and we'll see how much it is. I know as it stands right now, the Raiders, in terms of overall cap space, it's 43.7 mil, so just kind of keep that in mind, if you will. And there's going to be different fluctuating numbers. The over the cap's going to continue to try to update that. I will say over the cap is the way to look at the Raiders salary cap. They are always, in my personal opinion, way more advanced than what Spotrac does. They're just always one step ahead, and that's because the guy who runs the site does a phenomenal job. But since we are ultimately talking about free agency, I do think one of the things that we should talk about is, price. So according to PFF, which Poyer, according to PFF, second best safety this year, behind only Jesse Bates. And then on top of that, he's the 19th overall player according to PFF. But PFF has him projected at $8.5 million per year. I mean, that's phenomenal value. Yeah, there's going to be some people that are out there like, Mitch, he's 31.8 years old is how PFF will break it down. So he's going to be 32 to start the season. If you could bring him in on that 2-year deal, he's still playing at a high enough level where you're going to like where you're at. He played in 1,200 snaps in 2020, 1,100 in 2021, 886 last season. He is a phenomenal safety. He would really help out this secondary overall. And I mean, he just liked the picture I sent of Chuggs. So, sounds like he's down to come hang out here on the Raiders Report. So, I wanted to get you guys that video, and I just kind of want to let you all know that buckle up for a hell of a weekend. Make sure you guys get plenty of sleep. I know that we're going to need it as well, but my job is to always interact with the nation, to keep you guys up to date, and I thought that was pretty damn cool that Poyer pulled up in the DMs and said, y'all get wild, and he said, if it happens, I'm going to hold you to it. It's all love, Brody. So it sounds like he's already bonding with Raider Nation. I'm going to tip my cap to him, and I am going to end today's show. Again, friendly reminder, tomorrow, live 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. If the Raiders sign Poyer, if he pulls up, it's 12 hours. Put on your drinking pants. Make sure you guys are ready to go. And hopefully Ziegler and Josh McDaniels can finally take this team, build a little bit of a defense, build an overall incredible team, and then push for the ultimate goal, which is to just win, baby, and hoist that Lombardi trophy. If you made it this far in the video and you want more stuff here from the Raiders Report, click this button right here, and I think you're going to like where you're going to go. If you want even more videos, you can click that button right there, or if you want even more videos, you can click this button right over here. Nation, salute to y'all, and good night.